6,190 pounds, extremely lightweight considering the size of this thing, with 2 slides, a living room super slide and a big deep bunk slide, bathroom entry door, camp kitchen. Passport 3220 coming back to us here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We sold it to its original owners. They decided it was time to kind of freshen things up. Unfortunately, there is one significant thing you need to know about this before we get too far along. If you watch any of our videos here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, you know that we don't pull any punches. When I see something, I say something, and as I was walking through it, I saw something, so I'm going to say something. And it's kind of tough because, like, overall, if we look at this thing, you're looking at going, boy, howdy, this is sharp. And this is a textbook example of why, you know, you can trust that we do good, clean, decent business here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Because this is the kind of thing that doesn't easily show up in a still photo and you would easily miss. But we shoot you straight. Always know you can get, you know, fair treatment here at Haylett's. I walked in and I noticed a ripple right there. And I said, okay, chances are that means the front termination strip where the roof meets the nose sweep, there's been a seal failure there at some point. So I started looking further. I started tapping around. And it's fairly solid still. It has a little bit of give. But whenever you see water, water goes down with gravity. And then I started noticing all of this. And half of the front nose panel, because that's solid over there, but a leak in that upper corner had caused all this. At the time of this filming, that leak is actually unaddressed. However, probably before we're even done filming this, our tech will be out here to seal that up. At a glance, it looks okay. You have to kind of know what you're looking for, but there's about a 9-inch gap where the sealant had failed, and unfortunately, it just had not been properly addressed by the previous owners. Allegedly, they weren't aware of its presence, even though, I don't know. For me, it's hard to say we didn't realize that there was this going on and this going on. So I'm not stoked about it, but I'm also not going to hide it and lie about it to you folks at home. Hope you appreciate that. So if this is a disqualifier, I get it. That's why I went out of my way to talk about it. Know that you can get something else here at Haylett's and buy it with confidence. If we don't say there's a problem, chances are there ain't a problem. If, you know, you say, well, you guys sealed it, it's not going to keep leaking, what else you got? Well, give me a minute here and I'll finish getting this thing set up, and we'll actually go through and do a full-on tour of everything else for those who may still be interested for the right money. Okay, so what else we got? We have central air. We have a big super slide, and the thing is, this is an extra long super slide room where you've got a tri-fold sleeper sofa hide-a-bed and the full 7-foot U-dinette with storage below, which is kind of nice. So it takes an extra long slide to accommodate both the larger dinette and the larger sofa. Means lots of living room space. That stretched out living room translates into that big pantry next to the refrigerator on the opposing wall, because naturally, both sides of the RV have to be the same length by the time you're done with it. Command center up here. In previous years, Passports had their controls all down here, but the kiddos can reach them. So they moved them up there, which was a smart decision. This is all pocket screwed cabinetry, by the way. And this was one of the first generations you started to see these nice L-shaped peninsula counters, which have just become massively popular. Once again, you can thank Keystone for kind of cracking the mold on that. That's something that they've done very well over the years that I don't think they really get a lot of credit for. Keystone's a huge innovator in the RV industry. They just rarely seem to be the one that speaks about it first. Foot flush stool there, easier for the kiddos, naturally power vent fan. And, you know, the bathroom, pretty straightforward, but effective. I mean, you know, it has all the things, shower surround panel, skylight. It's got all the widgets and whiz bangs. There's nothing to really be scared of in here. The private slide out bunk room. Down below we have what I call a couple converticubes, which is these things right here. They can fold open like the far one, and you can fold one or both of them open to basically make it like a single or a virtual, like a Camp King bed. You can make them into a sofa, a lounge. You can flip them around. I've called it the Catalina Battle Fort in my Catalina RV tours before. Flip up overhead bunk here if and when you need it. And I love that big window for some light and airflow. Plus, you've got dual windows for the bunks and a big vent up here. So you can really keep it aired out back here if need be. And it's an easily overlooked, underappreciated feature. But that bottom bunk, most of the time, anybody who builds a floor plan like this, it has a full-size camp kitchen, which means a total of 3 bunks in the bunk room, not a 4th separate bed Not to mention you got this awesome cabinet space right there. There's some, you know, dresser space, cabinet space, or closet hanging space, etc. So this has 4 individual sleepers, but if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a quad bunk that sleeps 5. That's a very rare and very cool quality. It's also that those beds that flip open and the trifold and the U-dinette are good for really big kids or adults. It doesn't have to be just a kid's sleeper. Now that entertainment center right there, the TV does pivot around for easy viewing, so it's not a neck wrecker. And there are dual sliding pocket privacy doors for you, so you don't, you know, you're not separated from curtains. Down below the bedside, it's easy to miss, but there are power outlets down there next to those side stands, so we're CPAP friendly. This is a 60 by 80 True Queen bed, and then we get ourselves back to where we started up here, but I think we've covered that enough. And actually, if my ears don't deceive me, I think Mr. Russ is out there working on it right now. And just like I said, before this video is done, that is going to be addressed. That's Mr. Russ. He's one of our techs up there taking care of that for us, so that when you folks come to take it home, the wall panel's still going to be baking wavy, but it ain't going to be leaking. So what else we got? We've got magnet holdbacks on the big baggage doors, and this has a full aluminum frame pass-through because it's a full aluminum frame camper. And that is a big door on both sides of the camper, which is a welcome feature. And I can see that they use this. And, you know, they sure didn't beat it up. They just unfortunately let that one spot right there kind of get away from them. This, strangely, these were always built, they didn't even offer a power tongue jack from the factory. Previous owners put one of those on there for us. Underbelly is enclosed and forced air heated for some nice extended season camping. And note you've got those tinted windows to help keep the sunshine out of this thing. You see the spare tire in that cover right there. She's never seen the light of day, but if you look up above that big bunk room window, you see a backup camera, which is kind of a nice thing for a big trailer like this. Now, as we whip around the campsite here, a couple cool things, one of which I love, and you almost never see in the world of travel trailers, and that is a second power awning. Take a look at that. It has like your main awning, I guess you'd say, way past the main entry door, so you don't have to have rain spritzing you in the face, and it goes all the way back here to the second door. Then there's a second awning specifically dedicated to the direct entry bathroom door, which has a deadbolt, by the way, so people aren't looking at you doing your business. Additionally, it covers this awesome low-profile camp kitchen, which is what makes that 4th interior bunk possible. But this is really smartly done. Those countertop wing out extensions, that's that extra little detail that you just don't usually see done, and it gives you some very functional space out here you would otherwise lack. And again, deadbolt for that door, so you don't got to worry about anything, you know, weird. By the way, here's a little thing for you. That second power awning, the button's actually right there, which is, you're like, why is there an awning button in the bathroom? But it makes sense because the bathroom is, you know, the awning's right here. It makes the most direct line of sight sense. And the wide stance stability axles you see right here, this trailer is very light. So there's a lot of tow package vehicles that can tow this in terms of towing capacity, but they are probably smaller and have a shorter wheelbase, like a lot of the larger class tow package SUVs. You say, well, I got a SUV that can tow 7,500 pounds. I'm good on this, right? Well, I mean, in terms of weights, yes, but this is a long trailer. So proper weight distribution and anti-sway, and in conjunction with those wide stance axles, which basically help you cheat the wheelbase, will help keep that sway and wiggle jiggle down and under control. So I hope you appreciate the transparency. The good news is when you find a defect like that, it sure does drive the price down. So if you're looking for a big bunkhouse without the big bunkhouse price, this one would certainly fit that bill. So give us a call here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.